it's Brklyn. Happy Tech-tember. Such an exciting time of the year because it's Apple's annual iPhone event. And we're going to go over, I'm super excited to go over some of the announcements that were just announced. A little bit of a spoiler here, but I think the iPad mini in purple definitely stole the show. And the iPhone colors were disappointing. But we're going to get into that in just a minute. If you are not yet subscribed, with all the new announcements coming out, we're going to have some awesome reviews. So go ahead and subscribe and hit the alert button so you don't miss out on any of this fun content. They start the event with the lower end iPad, which I think is awesome that Apple has an iPad that is lower grade with a lower price, affordable price. It does have a speed bump to keep it modern, but it has the older type style look. So it has the big bezels on top and bottom, and then the home button in the middle. The next up, we have the iPad mini. I think this is the iPad mini we all have been waiting for. It got a major redesign and looks like the iPad Pro and the iPad Air with the flat sides, the slim bezels, and no more home button. Apple eliminated the top and the bottom bezels, but keep the sides roughly the same, so that means the usable screen area is 8.3 inches from the 7.9. Just like the iPad Air, the mini does not have Face ID, but rather Touch ID that is integrated into the power button. I would have liked to see Face ID on this iPad mini, but I think it works well for what the iPad mini is. You don't really use an iPad mini like working at home on your desk. It's more so in your hands, so I think the Touch ID works well. The iPad mini came out with more colors, purple being one of them. I'm so excited about that purple. And if I had the funds for it, maybe I should make a Patreon. I would definitely be purchasing the purple because it's super cute. They did come out with a new color too. It's called Starlight, which seems like it replaced the silver. It's kind of a gold and silver type look. And then they have a pink option and space gray. Apple also announced the Apple Watch Series 7. Interestingly enough, the iPhone and iPad come out September 24th, but the Apple Watch comes out later this fall. So we don't have a lot of details about the Apple Watch. Even if you go on Apple's website, you don't see a lot. So we'll probably have to do another video about that. But what we do know is the size got a little bit bigger. So we have the 45 millimeters and the 41 millimeters that got 1 millimeter bigger. I don't know about you guys, but I miss the 38 millimeter Apple Watch, so I kind of wish that was a thing again. I have extremely small wrists, and it just seems to be getting bigger and bigger. I don't really want a massive watch on my wrist. So I do miss the 38 millimeter, so when I found out that it went up a millimeter, I was a little bummed about that. They did slim the bezels down, and so even though the watch is only 1 millimeter bigger, the screen area is 20% larger. They also said they worked really hard to make the curve of the glass mesh perfectly with the case. I'll hold out on judgment until I get my hands on one, but right now, I'm not sure if it's worth upgrading from the Series 6. Speaking of the screen though, Apple is saying that this watch has the strongest front crystal ever. This is interesting and may need some more investigation. Historically, all of the aluminum watches have had glass, and the steel, titanium, and ceramic have had sapphire. The way they've been wording it, the aluminum models might have sapphire now too. If so, that would be a huge upgrade. I'm not a fan of how the glass can get scratched up on the aluminum models, so that's one we'll have to wait for Apple to give us more details on. I'm excited to get my hands on these. They have came out with some new colors: green, blue, red, Starlight, and midnight in aluminum, and also silver, gold, and graphite stainless steel, and natural or space gray titanium. There are also Nike and Hermes models. Let me know in the comments which one you guys like, and some of the ones I should get to do some reviews on. Okay, now for the main event. In a lot of ways, the iPhone upgrades are pretty straightforward this year. It's all about cameras. The regular non-Pro models look mostly the same in size and shape. Inside of the camera bump, they did move the second camera over to the side to be diagonal from the main camera. This allowed them to put the image stabilization that the Pros had last year into standard models this year. I personally prefer the weight of the non-Pro models, so I'm really excited to see that since this will be the model I will be getting for myself. There's a brand new cinematic mode, and I'm jazzed to try it out. It's basically portrait mode for video. You can make certain sections of the video, like say the background, blurry. It looks really cool. The Pro models, of course, have the third camera. Using the full range of cameras, you'll have up to 6 times optical zoom. The Pros will also be able to do macro photo and video, super cool, which almost makes me want to get a Pro. They'll also have the option to shoot in ProRes. Apple also added slightly better processor in the Pros to help with graphics, which I'm sure they needed for some of the photo and video computation. There's also a feature Apple calls ProMotion that calls out to my gaming heart. This adds 120 hertz refresh rate to the screen. It makes gaming especially look buttery smooth, but also looks great for things like swiping through photos or scrolling through web pages. The Pros come in similar colors as last year, except for the blue. The blue is like a lighter blue, and they're calling it Sierra Blue. They also come in silver, gold, and graphite. Okay, guys. Now we're going to get into the real disappointment of this whole Apple's announcement. There is no purple in the iPhone 13, which I really thought they were going to do because a little bit later on when after the iPhone 12 was out, purple came out. And I was bummed because I have the iPhone upgrade program and I have the cool seafoam green one. And I was like, I really wanted the purple. So I'm like, okay, that's okay. I'll just wait because they just came out with purple for the iPhone 12. But look at us now. We don't have an iPhone 13 in purple. And I'm super bummed about just the colors in general because that's kind of my thing. I like my phone to stand out. And then the more concerning part is, okay, I'm like, yeah, so there's no purple phone. I'll just get a purple case. There's no purple case. So I'm super bummed about that. But let me show you guys what I decided to do for the iPhone 13, what color and everything. Okay, so new this year, they do have pink. It's like a super light pink. So yeah, again, I'm disappointed because I wish the pink was brighter. But they do also have blue, midnight, starlight, and red. All of those colors are different from last year. I think the red and blue are improvements. They do look really nice. I'll probably be getting the pink one because let's be honest, my phone is in its case most of the time anyways. But yes, super disappointed about the purple case. I am leaning towards the pink pomelo case, but I am going through stages of grief right now. So maybe ask me in a couple days what I ended up choosing. Guys, there's so much more to each of these announcements. So like I said at the beginning, if you thought this was fun, go ahead and subscribe and like this video because we got a lot more to talk about. And thank you guys so much for watching. I was so excited all day to do this announcement and talk about the new fun things coming out. So thanks for tuning in and we'll see you next time.